Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome on. My name is Emily Mascarinis, and I am a doTERRA Blue Diamond leader, and I am also a mother. And I am very excited to share this evening with you and talk to you about doTERRA essential oils. So hopefully you can see my screen now. Before we get stuck in, I'm going to tell you a quick little bit of information about me. So as I said, I am a mum. I've got three lovely boys that you can see in the picture there. That's us in Bushy Park, which is where we live in southwest London. I'm a doTERRA Blue Diamond leader. I love what I do. I love helping people with their health and with their wellness, and encouraging and inspiring people to live a more natural life, so they can be truly well. And then I mustn't forget my husband there and the dog as well. That's my lovely husband, Tim, who also works with me in doTERRA, and our little dog, Dot. Okay, so this evening, I'm going to talk to you about doTERRA essential oils, which is a subject that I could talk for hours and hours on. I'm extremely passionate about these oils because I've seen what they can do and I've seen how many people they help. So let's get stuck in. Many of you, this might be your first class. Some of you may have had some experience in learning about the oils before. That's cool as well. A recap is always great. You will always learn something about these oils because they are incredible powerhouses that Mother Nature has provided for us. So I'm going to start by telling you three really amazing things about doTERRA essential oils, which you may not have known. So the first is they're 100% pure and natural. The second is they're a wonderful alternative or complement to the medicine cabinet. And then number three is that they are also a fantastic cost-effective solution. So let's dive a bit deeper into this now. So number one was that they are 100% safe and natural. And this really is the case here. In comparison to perhaps some other essential oils that you may have purchased in the past, that you may have been led to believe are pure and natural, there is a really big difference. Now, essential oils actually come from plants. They're the volatile liquid that is extracted from plants, and they're the immune system of the plant. So you can see me there in the Bulgarian lavender fields. We went on a trip last year. In fact, was it last year? It was a year before last, to learn about how doTERRA create their beautiful lavender oil, which has got such complex chemical structure. And we all left this field feeling very, very sleepy. But it was really fantastic to see the length that doTERRA are going to produce their oil. And the great thing about the doTERRA oils is there is nothing added in and nothing taken away. And they go to every level to prove that their oils are 100% pure and safe and natural. Whereas in comparison, because there's no government regulation, you cannot guarantee what is going into a bottle of essential oil. Even if it says pure on the bottle, even if it says natural, it can contain very little of the essential oil that it says it is. And what tends to happen is that bottle may be topped up with a carrier oil, so it's heavily diluted. It may contain other oils to save them money, which smell similar, but perhaps don't have the same therapeutic benefit, and certainly aren't what they say they are on the bottle. But what tends to happen, which is really, really worrying, is that slipping in there will be pesticides, will be chemicals, will be synthetics, will be adulteration. And essential oils go into your body. They go into every cell of your body. So you really want to be using a pure and natural, safe oil on yourself and on your family. And this is what this is why I came to essential oils in the first place, because I wanted to be able to look after my family in a safe and natural way. And I started to become increasingly aware of the chemicals that we are exposed to on a day-to-day basis, and how this can and is affecting so many people's health. And we have alternatives that are safe and that are powerful, and that is what essential oils are. And they're so easy to use. You really can gradually start to implement them into your lives, and just step by step replace the chemicals in your home with something that's pure and safe and natural and powerful. Okay, so the purpose of our classes are to educate you and empower you and hopefully inspire you to want to take those small steps for yourself, and you won't regret it. So, an essential oil, I touched on it there. It's a natural aromatic compound found in plants. It's either steam distilled or cold pressed with the citrus fruit. Very powerful. In fact, that one drop of peppermint that you can see there is equivalent to around 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they're very concentrated and powerful in comparison to herbs. Okay, but why choose doTERRA? Well, all of the doTERRA oils are what's called CPTG. It stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, and it equates to the testing that they do to prove that every single drop in every single bottle is exactly what it says it is. There's nothing added in, there's nothing taken away. And that is why the oils are powerful, but also safe. And this is why people, once they start using doTERRA oils, they don't want to go back. And the other thing that doTERRA are doing, because they really want to be so transparent and they want to create the best quality essential oils in the world, is they're sourcing from all over the world where the plant grows in its happy, healthy, indigenous habitat. And of course, a plant that is growing in its in the place where that plant is designed to thrive, the chemistry of that plant is going to be very different in comparison to the chemistry of a plant that is perhaps grown in a greenhouse or farmed. And a lot of other companies are having to do this because it saves money. But doTERRA are literally sourcing their oils from all over the world where the plant grows naturally. So you've got lavender from the French Alps in Bulgaria, you've got frankincense from Oman and Somalia, lemons from Sicily, and this is why the oils smell so alive and potent and vibrant. I noticed this for sure the first time I opened the bottles, the difference between these oils and other oils that I tried before. And this is because doTERRA are taking everything into consideration, like the soil, the altitude, like the climate there, and even things like the length of time that they distill their plants for and the heat that they're using so as not to destroy the therapeutic benefits. And they're taking everything into consideration and spending the most money on creating the best quality oils, and you get what you pay for. If you're interested in how doTERRA are sourcing, you're going to definitely want to look up Source to You. It's an amazing website which talks a little bit about how doTERRA are sourcing from all over the world. And what happens here now is that they are working with the growers and the harvesters from all over the world and helping to provide them with sustainable incomes and opportunities of work and the opportunity to earn more money than they have been previously able to earn. I think when it comes to frankincense, I was reading something the other day about doTERRA paying the growers and the harvesters 10 times more than they were able to earn before. So it's really giving communities the opportunity to grow and rise up themselves. Some of these people, they just want the opportunity to be able to provide for their families. And doTERRA sourced from over 40 countries worldwide, and over 25 of those are considered developing. So they're really helping so many people all over the world. And this is something I'm very, very passionate about. So if you want to learn more about this and see the work that doTERRA is doing globally, it really is a global botanical network. And then from this, of course, we have the Healing Hands Foundation, which is the charity work that doTERRA are doing. And this company is like no other company I've ever known before. doTERRA are the largest essential oil company in the world. They're $1 billion company, and their growth rate is ridiculous. But the founders, and you can see some of them there in that picture, you would never know it. They are the most humble, loving, kind people that I think I've ever seen. And what they want to do is to be able to give back and to be able to help as many people around the world as possible. So not only are they helping the growers and the harvesters, but they're also giving back to the people who need the help. So in this picture here, you can see some of the founders in Haiti, where they source an oil called vetiver. And these people, they've been harvesting and growing vetiver for many, many years. And this has been passed down the generations. So doTERRA are working with them, but when they went to the village, they realized they had no running water, something we all take for granted these days. But there are people still out there that have no clean water. So doTERRA provided this village with water. They built wells. they provided the school with running water, and they gave back. And then you can see on the right hand side there, they gave a tremendous amount of love and money to the people in Nepal following the earthquakes there a few years ago. doTERRA built the two only earthquake resistant schools that are there. And then what doTERRA are doing as well as all of the Healing Hands projects all over the world, and there are many, and again you can look this up on the doTERRA main website. You can see all of the work they're doing. It's so inspiring. They're also targeting, and they've picked individual organizations that they want to support. So Days for Girls is an amazing organization that teaches young women about the beauty and sanity and wisdom of women's bodies, and to respect their bodies, and provides them with reusable sanitary equipment. So doTERRA have really, really supported this company, given thousands and thousands of dollars. And then on the right, they created this oil called Hope for an organization called Operation Underground Railroad, which saves children from the sex trade, basically. And it's shocking that this is going on at the level that it is going on in this day and age. It's something that we perhaps don't like to think about, but it is happening. And so 100% of the profits from the Hope oil goes to Operation Underground Railroad. And not only that, they tried to get this oil out to the children caught up in this. And when they peel back the label, it would tell them where they can go to get help. So this is just a couple of examples for you about the work that doTERRA are doing. My husband, he's going off to Uganda on Sunday on a Healing Hands trip to rebuild a shelter for the people with polio and leprosy. And he's taking out with him toys and clothes. He's going to do a music class out there for the children as well. doTERRA, we raised a combination of our advocates raised $10,000 to rebuild this shelter, and doTERRA matched it. So we have $20,000. It's just, I can't even tell you how amazing it feels to be able to really make a difference. Not only that, doTERRA provided us with thousands of dollars of oil to take out there to teach the nurses to use for the people, leave them there with them. So when I look at a bottle of essential oil now, I don't just think about myself and my family. I don't just think about the community who I've seen these oils touch around here where I live. I think about people all over the world who benefit from these drops in these bottles, and it makes me feel humble and grateful and blessed to be part of it. So the second thing is that these oils are a fantastic alternative or complement to the medicine cabinet. And really what you can be doing is gradually, slowly starting to replace some of the products that perhaps don't serve you or your body in the best way for your health and well-being. And there are amazing, amazing options. And yeah, you don't want to be exposed to chemicals and the amount of chemicals that we are exposed to every day. And it's fantastic because doTERRA has provided us with the opportunity to have everything we need in terms of a medicine cabinet. And you can use them alongside standard meds. You know, I don't want to say here that they should be a total replacement for standard medication, because I'm very grateful for the NHS that we have in the UK. It saves lives for sure, but it's nice not to always have to reach for that stuff in times of need. And as a mother myself, I feel like my oils are my comfort blanket in the home, to reach for in those times of need, in those times of stress when my children are ill and we haven't used anything else for a very long time. So yes, I'm very, very pleased that I brought these oils into my home. And science really is leading the way with essential oils. You know, this isn't hocus pocus or snake oil. This is real, and there's a lot of research now on the powers of essential oils. If you're interested, you need to perhaps look up the doTERRA science blog, go on to PubMed, which is a scientific journal. doTERRA is led by doctors and scientists, biochemists, and leading experts in the essential oil world. And we have so much amazing information. And even on my team, I have one of the fastest growing teams in Europe. We have wellness advocates all over the world now. We have quite a few medical people within our team. And I love to see how the medical world and the essential oil world are merging. It's like a healthcare revolution. And it's so easy to use the oils as well. It's literally as easy as knowing your A to Z. If you can read your A to Z, you can use the oils because we've been provided with some great resources from doTERRA. There are some amazing books and there's some great apps that you can use on your phone as well, which you literally can look up ailments. You can look up an A to Z of different protocols, suggested usage and guidelines and tips and testimonials. It's all there for the taking. And if you were to want to join hands with us and get started with the oils, then we would provide you with so much guidance and give you our top tips and recommendations, so you feel supported and confident with your new journey. And the third thing is that they're a really cost-effective natural solution as well. And that is because they're so powerful. So as I said before, 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to about 28 cups of peppermint tea. So 1 drop of oil for that headache or for that digestive upset is probably going to cost you a lot less than 1 tablet that you might take for that headache or for that digestive upset. And actually, let's think about things. We do need to be responsible for our health, and we do need to take our health seriously. Many of us don't question spending our money on things like expensive shoes and handbags. I certainly didn't used to. I was that girl who didn't question any of that. But then when it came to something as so important as my health, I would think, oh, I'm not sure if I want to buy that yet, or I'll save up. But I'd spend my money on going out for meals. If we want to be well, then we need to take our health seriously, and we need to be empowered and realize that we don't always just have to listen to what we're being told. We have an innate ability to tune in with our own bodies and to make the best choices that we can. So here's the thing: if you guys are getting ill regularly, you might want to address that. You might want to think, what can I do to boost my immune system? Or perhaps there are some more natural alternatives that I can be using to support my body. Because if you're having to have time off work all the time, that's going to cost you more money than, say, 1 drop of this oil. Or if you're having to have time off work because your child's ill, that's going to cost you more money than, say, 1 drop of this oil. In fact, even driving to the doctors will probably cost you more than 1 drop of the oil. So in many cases, the oils are actually a really cost-effective natural solution. If money is an issue for you, then you need them even more. Okay, I'm going to talk you through the what here now. Some of you might have received some oils already. This is called the wild orange and peppermint experience. I've heard it referred to before as a nosegasm, which I love, and it really is. It just, it invigorates your senses, it wakes you up, it opens your airways, and it's just a winning combo. These two go together like peas and carrots, whatever they used to say. So what you do is a drop of wild orange in the palm of your hand. Wild orange is sourced from the Dominican Republic. It's fantastic for immune support, cellular health. Also, it's great to be when you add it in with sort of natural yogurt or fizzy waters. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about why we can do this in a moment. Peppermint oil is very uplifting and stimulating, fantastic before exercise. I'm going to talk about this a lot more in a minute. So add a drop of that one in there too. You might like to smell them separately first to enjoy their smells on their own. Rub your hands together, cup your hands, close your eyes. Now, not too close to your eyes, because these oils are powerful and you'll feel like you're exhaling peppermint out of your eyeballs. So close your eyes and just breathe deep. And I like to breathe through my nose and my mouth at the same time. And it really does just open everything up. It energizes you. It makes you feel great. I love doing this with people because their faces instantly change, and it just shows how much power these oils have over the way that we feel. They're incredibly powerful. They're beautiful. I like to do that most mornings if I'm feeling a little bit tired, a little bit sleepy, or sometimes when I'm driving, I can get a bit tired behind the wheel. So that is a great option as opposed to a caffeinated drink. Okay, so there's three ways to use the doTERRA oils. Aromatically into the air, you might want to use a diffuser. You want to be using a cool mist diffuser, by the way. You're not burning the oils because this is going to destroy the therapeutic benefit of the oil. What happens when we diffuse, there's two things going on there, is that we're purifying the air of any airborne pathogens or any germs. So if someone comes around to your house and they're coughing, just discreetly turn your diffuser on and they won't know that you're protecting yourself from any viruses or germs. But the other thing that's happening here is the science, is the chemistry of when you inhale an aroma and it meets the sensory receptors at the back of your nose, that's the olfactory nerve, that will send messages directly to the limbic part of your brain, which is where your emotions lie. So you really are able to have an impact on the way that you're feeling emotionally and on your mood. So you really can use the oils to take you to a happier emotional place. We all have habits that we've picked up along our lives, perhaps habits that we're not proud of, like we might get frustrated easily or worried or anxious or angry. But what you can do is by using these oils and the power of aroma, you can retrain your brain so that when you smell that aroma, it only reminds you of positive thoughts and of positive feelings. And you're almost using it as an anchor to take you to a happier place. And you know, our sense of smell is very powerful. It's actually our most powerful sense, because back in the day, we would often smell danger before we would see or we would hear it. Okay, so um, I know when I smell something like vine ripened tomatoes, it will instantly trigger a memory and take me back to being in my grandfather's greenhouse when I was younger. And that's what we're doing here. It's an incredibly powerful way to use the oils. And the reason I first came to the oils was to protect my children, my babies, from any illness or germs. And so it was definitely more of a decision to protect them physically initially. But, you know, as the oils are so great, we don't use them that much for that reason, because we're not ill that much. But we use them every day for our emotional needs. And I wouldn't be without them. As a busy mum, I'm working, busy. Life is amazing, but it's packed to the brim. And our oils are just an incredible support in that way for myself, but also for my children. So you can use the oils topically, which means applying them to the skin. Now, I do suggest dilution because the oils are powerful and everybody's chemistry is very different. So I always suggest to start by following the guidelines in the book on the doTERRA main website, diluting with a carrier oil. We suggest the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil. The reason I suggest this is because it's tested to the same CPTG standards. So they test, part of the CPTG testing means that they test for mold and fungus um, straight after the essential oil was made, and then they keep it in storage and test it along the way to make sure that no impurities have got in there or anything that's going to go rancid. So you can really trust that the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil is pure and natural, and it is not going to uh, react badly with our essential oils. The other thing is it's light, not very greasy, and it's unscented. So you can really tailor it to however you want it to smell. So when you're using an oil topically, what happens is the oil will penetrate through the skin into the blood system and into every cell of your body. As is the same when you use the oil aromatically. You breathe it in, it penetrates through the lungs, into the blood system, and into every cell of your body. This is why we need pure oils, guys, because we don't want chemicals and synthetics or mold or fungus going into our cells, do we? So we can use an oil topically if we have, say, a sore shoulder or a sore knee. It's going to act at source, but also it's going to act systemically around the whole body and get into the whole system. The feet's a great place to apply the oils. That's because the soles of our feet are thicker, the pores are larger, so the oil is really going to penetrate in. And when you apply an essential oil to the soles of your feet, it takes around 20 seconds for the oil to get into the blood system. And then in around 20 minutes, that oil should be in around about every cell of your body. So yeah, powerful stuff. I like to sometimes create my own roller balls, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about this later on in the webinar. but I like to create my own. So what I would suggest to you guys, or anybody who's just starting, is follow the guidelines and then feel your way, listen into your body, listen to what feels good. Test first on a sensitive area just to see how your body reacts. And as you use the oils, your confidence will grow and you'll learn more. You'll just be able to almost self-medicate. That's what we do. That's what my children do. We know what feels good. And these days, some of us, we've just lost the ability to listen to our bodies. And our bodies want to be well, okay? So what the oils do is they help the body to heal itself. They don't do the healing. They don't do the curing or the treating. They help our body and support our body to heal itself. And then the third way that we can use the doTERRA essential oils, and only the doTERRA essential oils, can I just add there, is you can be using these internally. This is because we can guarantee the purity. It would be unsafe to be taking an oil that you couldn't guarantee was pure internally. However, we can guarantee with our oils. There's a lot number on the bottom of every single bottle. And when you type this in on the Source to You website that I showed you earlier, it will bring up the GCMS testing, which is the purity testing. So these oils really are so transparent. And many of them, because of that, can be used internally. They're food safe. So you can have so much fun with them. You can be having them in your water. So I'm drinking my citrus oils in my water every day. There's lots of health benefits there. They're full of limonene, which has fantastic health benefits in the body. Very detoxifying. And also they make your water taste great too. So I will be drinking 2 or 3 of these every day with my essential oils in them. When you are drinking essential oils, you need to be using a suitable container, so only glass or ceramic or stainless steel. And that is because the oils are powerful. They're going to pull out the toxins of plastic, and then you'll be drinking them. So you don't want to be drinking from a plastic container. But also you can be using the oils in food. Just go on Pinterest and type in doTERRA recipes, and you'll get so many amazing, inspiring recipes for you to try with that therapeutic added benefit. But the other thing is really you can be targeting your wellness by using them internally. If you really need to get an oil to the gut, you can be taking the oil in water or in a veggie cap, which you can buy from doTERRA or even on Amazon. And in the books, it will give you guidelines of how many drops to add into your empty veggie cap and take, just like you would take a tablet. And believe me, that will zap anything you've got going on in a very safe and natural way. If you have a sore throat, I like to gargle the oils and then swallow some. So you really can be having a lot of fun with the oils, but also we need to respect them because they are powerful. So I do suggest following the guidelines to begin with, being sensible, being cautious, but also don't be afraid. So here's a little note on safety. The oils are safe and gentle and without side effects in most cases. And the great thing is they're not addictive like some standard meds either. But you do need to respect them. Act cautiously. Don't put them in your eyes, ears, or up the nose. Not really where we want to be putting the oils. If you do have an irritation or get them in your eyes, just wipe off with the carrier oil, not water, because oil and water don't mix that well. My husband gets oils in his eyes all the time because he suffers with headaches sometimes, and the oils are fantastic. But then sometimes he forgets, he rubs his eyes, and I'm not going to lie, it stings, but it's not going to harm you. Just wipe away with a carrier oil, the fractionated coconut oil, maybe even olive oil if that's all you've got to hand. Okay. So what I love about doTERRA is we are a health and wellness company, but we don't just say to people, just use the oils and all will be well. If you're eating a really bad diet, if you're drinking loads of alcohol, smoking, not doing any exercise and using loads of chemicals, you know, the oils, they are amazing, but we do need to address the other things as well. And we need to be thinking about what we're eating, how we're moving and exercising our body, how we're resting and managing our stress levels. This is a big one. Reducing toxic load that we're exposed to. Informed medical care, being empowered, taking responsibility for our health, and proactive medical care. Okay, and what I love about doTERRA is on every level of this pyramid, it's called the lifestyle pyramid, you can be using the doTERRA products and they can form part of it. Okay, so doTERRA do over 40 different single oils, over 80 different other products and blends now. The range has grown and grown and grown, and it's really exciting to see the new products that they're bringing out all the time. We've got an amazing skincare range, we've got an incredible supplements range, products for children. It's really exciting, and I love all of the products. But because this class is designed for somebody who's just starting out, I want to talk to you about a core kit that I suggest people to start with. And this is the kit that most people do start with. It's very well rounded and it's incredibly versatile. There is an oil in here for most ailments that you will come across in your daily life, physical and emotional. And they're very, very easy to use. I totally feel blessed to have this kit in my house, as do over 4,000 other people who've now got the oils in their homes because I started sharing my passion. So I hope that you enjoy learning about these oils. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what each oil can do and how it can benefit you. Okay, so lemon is the first oil. So lemon is a very, very detoxifying, cleansing oil. You can be adding a drop to honey to soothe the dry throat. You can diffuse it. It's a citrus oil, so very uplifting for the mood. It's a great oil for cleaning your kitchen. If you want to start to think about the toxins in your home, you might want to begin with addressing your cleaning cabinet, because some of the products in your cleaning cabinet are full of toxins. And our bodies cannot eliminate toxins when we're breathing them in. And a buildup of toxins in the body will cause us to be unwell and to have disease. And we have alternatives. Lemon is antimicrobial, it's antiviral, it cuts through grease, so it's a fantastic option. I have glass bottles all over my house with my essential oils in, to clean down the surfaces, to they even cut through grease so you can clean your oven with it. The other day I was trying to take a sticky mark of something, and lemon oil, because it cuts through the grease, it took it away beautifully. Shines up stainless steel and windows. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful, versatile oil. As I said, I drink it every morning in my water because of its detoxifying properties, but it's not acidic in my mouth or on my teeth like just having a slice of lemon is, because it's from the rind. And it's much more powerful as well, because in one 15 milliliter bottle of lemon oil, it contains the rind of 45 lemons. Okay, so it's really powerful. Also, did you know that most of the detoxifying properties and the D-limonene with the health benefits is in the rind, not in the flesh? So I promised you that I was going to focus a little bit on allergies this evening, because I know this is a hot topic right now. A lot of people, as the spring is arriving finally, are starting to notice their allergy symptoms slipping in. And I am a sufferer myself. Okay, so I'm quite passionate about this because I know what it's like when finally the sun comes out and you can't go out because you can't stop sneezing and your eyes are itching, and it can be debilitating and frustrating. And the essential oils are a wonderful, wonderful alternative. I started using them when I was pregnant because I couldn't use antihistamines. And actually, I didn't want to use antihistamines anyway because they don't make me feel good. I don't want those chemicals in my body. So I'm going to just talk a little bit about lemon oil. So lemon supports the lymphatic system, which is your drainage system, and it helps with overcoming respiratory conditions. It eliminates mucus from the body. Studies have shown that lemon essential oil inhibits the growth of bacteria and boosts the immune system. And what's going on when we have an allergy is our immune system is in overdrive, okay, and it's reacting because it thinks that we are being attacked by pollen or whatever else you're allergic to. So it's an immune imbalance. So lemon oil is going to support your immune system. When diffused at home, lemon oil can kill bacteria in the air, which can be an allergy trigger. You know, mold can be an allergy trigger, and lemon will kill the mold. It helps to disinfect. Lemon oil is fantastic when used with your laundry detergent. A couple of drops, just where you add your laundry detergent, will make your clothes smell fantastic. And doTERRA do an amazing laundry detergent as well, if you want to be really conscious about not using the chemicals in the ones that you can buy from the supermarket, because we're led to believe that they smell like fresh flowers from the meadow, when in reality, sadly, they contain a lot of chemicals. You know, our clothes go on our skin. Our skin is our body's largest organ, so we need to be aware of that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about peppermint now. I touched a little bit on it before with our wild orange and peppermint experience. Peppermint is incredibly cooling, so it's a great oil to be using in the hot weather. I like to have it in a glass spray bottle to just spritz us down. It's so refreshing. You can use it with lemon for a healthy, refreshing mouthwash. It's very opening of the respiratory system. Okay, so inhale it deeply to open the lungs and the airways, and also it's going to wake you up because it oxidizes the blood. So it's a great oil to use before or after exercise. Did you know you can ward off sugar cravings with peppermint oil? So what I like to do is just a drop on my finger on the tongue, freshens the breath, and it totally works. So if you have kind of mid-afternoon sugar cravings, use your peppermint oil. It's going to ward them off and it's going to wake you up. So you won't need a coffee either. Calm the temperature in children. You might want to apply a drop of fractionated coconut oil up the spine, followed by some peppermint oil. Okay, and that's going to really cool down. And what we have to remember is we shouldn't necessarily be afraid of temperature in the body, because what it is it's the body's natural immune response cooling us down. Okay, heating us up. Apologies. It's the body's natural response heating us up to kill the virus or the bacteria that has invaded our body. So it's a bit like when you have to heat your food enough to kill the germs. That is what's happening in our bodies. And we need to allow it to happen, but support the bodies. Make sure we're drinking enough fluid and make sure that we're wearing cool clothing, perhaps using a fan, but we need to be allowed to rest. Antipyretics are not suggested now with the sole purpose of bringing a temperature down. But unfortunately, many GP surgeries haven't caught up with this information. And this is still guidance that's being given, although it's not actually the guidelines from the NICE guidelines from the National Institute of Clinical Excellence. Okay, so peppermint is going to be really supportive for that. You can apply it to the neck and forehead for any pain in the head or any headaches, and also any digestive upset. As you know, peppermint oil is used widely for its calming ability on the digestive system. So a little drop in some warm water will be a beautiful peppermint tea. You can add it to raw or hot chocolates too. Seriously yummy. On an allergy level, inhaling diffused peppermint oil can really unclog the sinuses and offer relief for scratchy throats. It acts as an expectorant to help you eliminate any mucus, and it's very calming, and it's antispasmodic as well, so it helps stop us from coughing. It calms the muscles in the nasal passages, and it really just opens the airways. Lavender, so all things calming. Now, I really noticed a big difference when I smelt the doTERRA lavender in comparison to other lavenders that I tried before. This really shone out at me, smelling so different. You can totally smell the purity. And I've had people say to me before, well, I've tried lavender, it didn't really work. And I'll say, yeah, but hey, which lavender did you use? Because if it wasn't doTERRA, it probably wasn't pure, it probably didn't contain that much lavender in the first place. Try the doTERRA. This is what I say to people now. I'm like, look, if you want to know if they work, give them a try. The proof is in the pudding. So you can be diffusing lavender to really calm the environment down and the anxiety and soothing the emotions. It's a great oil to diffuse before bedtime. When my children are in the bar, I will be diffusing lavender in their bedrooms, ready for when they go up. So the aromatic compounds fill the air. They go off to sleep really nicely, hopefully. You can also be massaging children's feet. Apply it topically to soothe dry or irritated skin or any skin allergies, dermatitis, eczema, things like that. Massage on the bottoms of feet and apply to a pillow at bedtime. You can use this oil if you've been bitten or you've got an insect sting. It's going to really draw out the sting. It's a fantastic oil for burns as well. Let's talk about allergies. So lavender is a powerful natural antihistamine and anti-inflammatory. So it's great to use during a reaction. You can use it topically to soothe and calm the skin, or perhaps if you're experiencing hives, it's going to really calm everything down. And it's going to reduce inflammation in the bronchial tubes when you're diffusing it or just inhaling it. A little trick a little trick for you that I like to do is when my eyes get itchy, I like to dab some diluted lavender on my eyebrows. And this really calms down the itch. I don't really want to use eye drops unless I have to. And this really, really helps. And then you can be using lavender in lotions, in bath salts, in lip balms, and in many, many other ways. It's very, very calming, both physically and also emotionally. So on the subject of hay fever, did you know that hay fever attacks 10% to 30% of adults in the UK and as many as 40% of children? That's around 18 million people. A lot of people are suffering, and I feel sorry for everybody. You can see it. Suddenly the sun comes out and everybody's sneezing, and it's getting worse, perhaps because of the pollutants. Who knows? Perhaps it's the chemicals that we're all being exposed to so much more these days. But there are things that we can do about it rather than bombarding our bodies with even more chemicals. 1 in 4 people suffer with hay fever. 1 in 5 people in the UK have to take time off work because of it. Also, interestingly, 71% of sufferers reported higher than average stress levels. So we've got the oils there for that as well, because the oils, lavender oil, for example, is very, very calming for the emotions. It's really going to help with stress. 75% wanted a more natural treatment. And I'm with you, because there are problems with some current medicines. For example, antihistamines. I don't want to use antihistamines. They don't make me feel good. They make me feel very drowsy. I have 3 young children, but also I really don't like the other ingredients. And if you were just to read the package insert and read the possible side effects, you probably wouldn't want to use them either. They can cause headaches, sleepiness, rashes, behavioral problems in children, convulsions, depression, dementia, and much, much more. I do not want to be using these every day. And what I found is that the oils are an amazing alternative to help me to support my symptoms. The oils, for me, they don't totally get rid of my hay fever, but they really help me to cope with my hay fever, and they make it just so much more able to deal. I'm able to deal with it so much better, and it just calm everything right down. So the lemon, the lavender, and the peppermint are known as the allergy trio. You can be diffusing them. You can see a doTERRA diffuser there. The doTERRA diffusers are really great quality because the plastic used doesn't denature by the citrus oils, which a lot of diffusers, they just use standard plastic. Our doTERRA diffusers are different. You can also create your own rollerballs. So here's my rollerball for my allergy trio. I have around 10 drops of lavender, lemon, and peppermint, and then topped up with the fractionated coconut oil. And I apply these several times a day on my pulse point, on the bottom of my feet, swipe over my nose, on the back of my neck, roll it into my hands and inhale, and it's there when I need it. You can also use a nasal inhaler. So a couple of drops of the oils onto a nasal inhaler, got one here, and then pop that up the nose and inhale deeply. Or even, if it's clean, pop it in your mouth and breathe in to open up the lungs and the airways. This is a far better alternative to some of the other products on the market that you may be familiar with, because it doesn't have the chemicals in and our essential oils are of the best quality. You can put a couple of drops into a veggie caps, as you see at the top there, and you can even take an allergy shot, which is 2 drops of each of the allergy trio in a little bit of water down the hatch, and that really, really helps. Okay. Here's a nice recipe for a homemade nasal rub. I find if I'm sneezing a lot, if my nose is running a lot, it can get very dry and sore. So this is a great natural alternative, but also it's going to trap the pollen and stop it from going up your nose. So here's a nice recipe there. You might want to take a screenshot. I need to talk about supplementation because this is a really big one, okay? So we need to think about the food that we're eating, and the food that we eat can have an incredible effect on how irritated or how at ease our body is, okay? And there's a lot of food that can agitate us when it comes to allergies, and there's a lot of food that is anti-inflammatory and that can calm things down. However, nutrition is really important, and most of us are deficient in the nutrition that we need. So I need to talk about the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Kit here because it's doTERRA's #1 best-selling product. It contains top nutrition. It's literally bursting to the brim with very expensive herbs and vitamins. Um, an amazing product for any inflammation in the body, for energy in the body. This is a product that you might want to consider if you want to increase your energy levels, if you've got any pain in your body, if you're not sleeping very well, if you have a low mood or anything chronic going on. I started taking this because of my hay fever. After I'd had my third child, my energy levels were a bit down. I was feeding obviously through the night, probably not getting much sleep. Then it was springtime and boom, my allergies started to kick in. So my husband actually persuaded me to start taking this because he was, and he'd noticed a significant difference in the pain that he'd had in his knee. And he wasn't unwell. You know, we eat a very good diet, but still we need that extra support. And he was cycling into London every day and doing a production of Phantom of the Opera that he was in. And he noticed that his knee pain that he'd been having very regularly went away after taking this supplement. And then I just also wanted to draw attention to the digestive enzymes, your tyrosine complex, because any digestive upset in the body could actually aggravate allergies. So you really want to make sure that your food is being broken down properly. So this is a fantastic product that I believe all of us should take with every meal, because it contains enzymes to really break down the food that we're eating. You've got enzymes in there to break down your proteins, your carbohydrates, your fats, your lactose, any starch, gluten, and anything that you might have an inability to digest very well or a slight intolerance to. So this is a great product for anyone with allergies or any sort of skin irritations, because everything tends to start with the gut. And here are some other supplements that I wanted to just show you. The Zendocrine complex is your detoxification complex. It contains some amazing herbs to really get everything moving, if you know what I mean. But also it's supporting your vital cleansing organs and detoxifying the body. And this is going to help support your body with allergies. And then your probiotics, your PB Assist, is going to replenish your good gut flora. And you need that good gut flora. For example, anybody that might have yeast overgrowth or candida or anything gut related, or a gut imbalance, that's not going to be good for your allergies. So again, this is a great product that we should all be taking daily. And they do a children's probiotic as well, and a children's nutrient, your IQ Mega, which is your children's fish oils. We have fish oils in the Lifelong Vitality Kit, and children have fish oils here, plus the children's fish oils are flavored with wild orange. So they will enjoy taking them, or I like to put it in my children's smoothies in the morning. They have their PB Assist after school as a treat because it tastes like strawberry and melon together. They love it. And then their A to Z chewable tablets they have in the morning. Again, it tastes like watermelon, so they really enjoy it, but it's packed full of superfoods and goodness, because as you know, it's not always easy to get goodness into our children. Let's move on with the oils in the kit. Slight tangent there. Melaleuca is tea tree, so it's first aid for the skin basically, and it's a great oil for any skin related issues. It's got lots of anti properties. It's tea tree, so it's a powerful antifungal. It's great for things like verrucas, warts, and dandruff, athlete's foot, fungal toenails, head lice, nits. You'd add a drop to your conditioner and leave that in the hair. Don't use the over-the-counter stuff for head lice. It's full of chemicals. You can smell it as you're applying it. We just use the oils in our family. And then I created a lovely spray bottle to just use as a repellent. And we've had no problems. And this is coming from someone with long hair. So I really don't want my children coming home with nits. Now, just a slight extra tip I wanted to add in there is that if you suffer with hay fever, a swipe of Melaleuca on the end of your nose is incredible. If your nose is blocked, it will literally open it up. You have to try it. It's a great oil when used with lavender for skin. It's a very powerful oil when used with oregano. Oregano is like your powerhouse oil. So if we're unwell, I will go to the oregano. You're only going to use oregano for about 10 days without a break, because this one could have an effect on your good gut bacteria because it's so powerful. So this is why it's a great oil to use if you've come down with something and you really want to zap that bug and you don't want to be using other medication. So I tend to put this one in a soft gel, perhaps with some melaleuca, maybe with some frankincense and lemon and On Guard, which we'll come to next. And that is known as the flu bomb. I might take that 3 times a day, like I would take an antibiotic, and it'll be gone in no time. I've got a great video that I'd love to send you on the effects of oregano and melaleuca together on a bacteria cell. You can literally see the melaleuca breaking down the cytoplasm jelly, the biofilm, and the shell, and then the oregano gets in there to kill the bacteria. And I want to send you some information on all of this, so please do leave me your details at the end so we can send you all the information we covered in our class tonight. But oregano is a hot oil, so you definitely want to be diluting this one if you're applying it to the skin. If I have a sore throat, I might gargle a bit of oregano, but it does taste hot, so it's not to everybody's liking. I kind of like to feel it work. It's also a great oil for verrucas as well, for skin tags, for warts. You'd probably apply some coconut oil around the outside and then just dab the oregano on with a cotton bud. I've had a woman email me, they tried everything for verrucas and then they used the oregano a couple of times a day for about 5 days and it fell off. So it's an amazing powerhouse oil. Okay, let's move on to the blends now in this kit. So this kit contains 6 single oils, 4 blends. Okay, so the first blend is Deep Blue. This is your soothing blend. So it's very soothing and calming and relaxing for any pain in the body. So tired joints, tired muscles, any injury, inflammation, backache, if you've been on the computer all day, a great oil for any rheumatoid issues or somebody with pain all over the body. A lot of people find incredible support if they're suffering with head tension. I've had women come to my class before who literally can't open their eyes because they're suffering with a migraine. And by the end of the class, they were so grateful and they could open their eyes. And one of the ladies, she said, oh, I've been popping pills all day and nothing's touched the spot like this did. You can apply it to the temples, you can apply it to the back of the neck, over your tummy if you've got any menstrual cramping, on the soles of your feet if you've got sore feet, for growing pains in children. It's a great oil. Breathe is your respiratory support. So this is a great one for allergies as well. It opens the airways. It opens the upper and the lower respiratory tract. So for chest infections and also for any congestion in the nose. So a great oil to be using in the diffuser to open the airways as you're breathing in. A couple of drops in the palms of your hands to unblock the nose. In your nasal stick, over the chest. If your children are coughing, dilute it over the chest. That's just going to open everything up. It's like a natural alternative to a product that you might have used before or your parents might have used on you that contains petroleum and paraffin, which is a chemical. And it's funny how we just use these things and we don't question them. Why would we? But actually, this is really not good for the body and not good for our children. So we have a safe and natural alternative. And they do a vapor stick. And they also do sweets as well, which really open the airways. I sometimes just like to add a couple of drops of Breathe to my soft tissues for my nose when I'm suffering with my allergies. And yeah, on the vapor sticks as well. Zengest is your digestive support. Now, what I love about the oils is that we are treating the root of the cause, not just the symptoms. So a lot of standard meds will take the body out of balance. Some people suffering with constipation will take medication, but then it ends up giving them the runs, or vice versa. With Zengest, which is the digestive blend, it just brings the body back to the balance that it needs to be at. So if you have any digestive upset, you can be applying diluted to the tummy. You can also put a drop in some water and drink for adults. It's incredibly powerful for any gas or flatulence or IBS, or even just to help you metabolize your food before or after a heavy meal. This is also a great oil for any sinusitis because it's got peppermint oil in there as well. So yeah, fantastic oil for any digestive upset and even more serious issues. This is what I love about the oils. You know, the first time I started reading a mini booklet, I was blown away that there were over 200 ailments, that there were several different oils for each one. And that was just the minor ailments in the booklet. Then I started reading in the book and much more serious diseases were in there. And there were several different essential oils for those as well. Yeah, exciting. On Guard is your natural defense. It's known as your protective blend. This is why I first came to doTERRA, because of this oil, because I wanted to protect my children from illness. And it really does that. It contains some very powerful protective essential oils that ward off viruses. You've got things like clove, wild orange, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary. It smells so beautiful. I love to diffuse this oil every day after my children come home from school, if they've been exposed to any germs. I also like to apply it to the soles of their feet, diluted, perhaps in a roller ball, every day, especially throughout the cold and flu season. It's immune support. If you're suffering with allergies, it's going to boost that immune system, okay, help rebalance the immune system. It's also a great oil if you're suffering with any sore throats. I like to add a drop in some water, perhaps with some melaleuca, and gargle it. It also makes really great popcorn, believe it or not. I can give you the recipe. As I said before, if you wanted to get started with us, we're going to provide you with so much amazing information, loads of recipes, loads of support, loads of testimonials, and the popcorn is not to be missed. I like to use it to clean my toothbrushes, about 5 drops per toothbrush in a glass of water. Leave it in there to soak for a couple of hours to kill any germs. We put them in our mouths every day. You can add it into some veggie caps as well for immune support. And I'm going to finish with frankincense. So this is the king of all oils. It's a very prized and precious oil. It's actually really expensive as well. So it's amazing that it's in this kit, because if you were to buy all the oils in this kit separately, it would cost you a lot more than what the kit actually costs. And we'll come to that in a minute. But frankincense is an incredible oil. It has a very, very fine complex structure. It contains sesquiterpenes, monoterpenes, phenols, and it has been researched to have the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. So it's known to be very supportive with any brain-related disorders, things like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, even things like brain fog or mood swings or depression. This is an oil that you can be using to support your body for all of those things. I love it. It just is the most incredible smell. It's very meditative and grounding and calming. I like to apply it over my heart if I'm feeling like I just need to come back to myself. I like to use it at bedtime on my skin because it has a powerful cellular regenerating properties. And in that light, I would urge you to do some more research there, because it has been researched in many ways for its cellular healing capacity. So go on PubMed, type in frankincense and the cells, and do some research. Be empowered. This is what this is all about. What else? Well, it was the oil that was taken to the baby Jesus, of course. So it's a very gentle oil for babies. My Ziggy, when he was born, he was anointed with frankincense. He had myrrh oil on his belly button. So he really was my baby Jesus. Yeah, it's a fantastic oil. So I'm going to finish with that one. So I really, really hope that you've found this evening's class educational and hopefully feel inspired, and perhaps you might even like to try some of these oils for yourself and take that step to upgrade your lifestyle and to take responsibility and ownership of your health, because if you don't, who else is going to? Okay, so for anyone who is interested, I'm going to just let you know the options. There are different ways that you can buy the oils. There's retail. Nobody does that, so I'm not really going to tell you too much about that. It costs you 25% more. You don't get the same amount of support, so it's not what I would suggest. Nobody really buys retail. Everybody buys wholesale. So wholesale means you're going to get 25% off the oils, and you don't have to do a regular spend or anything like that, but you'll have your own wholesale account. When you log in, you get the discount. You also get lots and lots of support and guidance. You can even save points and get free products on your wholesale account as well. Now, wholesale membership usually costs you £24 for the year. However, the way that most people do it is they buy one of the kits, and then that wholesale membership of £24, that's waived, so that's for free. So that's the way that most people get started. It's the way that I got started. And I've given you some examples here of some of the kits that we suggest to get started with, the most popular kits. So the first one on the left is a family essentials kit. It's changed names. I need to update my price list. But this is the kit I told you about tonight. Okay, so there's your 10 oils in the 5 ml bottles, so this size. And you also get a free metabolic blend there, which is called Smart and Sassy. So that's a great kit. And then on the right is the Home Essentials kit. This is the most popular kit now. This is the kit that most people start with because it contains those same amazing 10 oils that are so versatile, as I'm sure that you all realize now. They can be used in so many ways, and you will use every single one of them in your life. But they're in the 15 ml bottles, apart from the deep blue, which is always a 5 ml. Plus, with this kit, you get a free diffuser as well. So it really means the oils are much more versatile. So this kit has about 3 times as much oil, but it's not 3 times the price. It's twice the price. Plus, you get the free diffuser as well. So that is the most popular kit. Now, I just want to draw attention to the Family Wellness Kit, which is the second kit on the left. That's a really great kit because it contains your 10 oils in the Family Essentials Kit. So it contains the kit at the top, but then also you've got the Lifelong Vitality Kit, which is the nutritional supplements I told you about. For anybody with anything chronic going on, this is what I suggest starting with because it gives you that clear foundation to start building your health on, and it fills your gaps, fills up your nutrition, which is what you need to be well and healthy in your body and in your mind. Okay, so you've got the nutrition in there as well, plus you've got a smattering of other amazing products to try. So you've got the fractionated coconut oil, you've got some of the On Guard range, so you've got the ready-made flu bomb capsules, they're done for you. You've got a On Guard foaming hand wash, which is one of my favorite products. And that bottle lasts about 4 goes because you get the pump bottle and you add it, top up to about a quarter full, the rest with water, and it pumps. Smells like Christmas, but it has that natural sanitizing action, but it doesn't kill the good gut bacteria that you need to have in your gut, like some of these antibacterial gels do that are not good for us. And you've got the On Guard toothpaste as well, which is a whitening toothpaste that also kills any germs in the mouth. My kids love it. And then I don't know if you can see, but you've got a little bottle of beadlets too, which are like little mini On Guard caviar. I love to give them to my children if they're coming down with something, they're showing signs of a runny nose or a bit of a cough. I'll give them a beadlet because it's 1/3 of a drop of the oil. Or sometimes we use them when we're out and about on public transport. We'll pop a beadlet in our hands and rub our hands together as a natural antibacterial gel. And then on the right hand side there, you can see a little bottle, a roller bottle, and that's past tense, which is your tension blend. So great for any head tension or back tension or neck tension or just stress. So that is a really, really good kit as well. Now, I just wanted to let you know that this month is a great month to get started with doTERRA because they've done an offer that they've never done before. So anybody on first time enrollment that enrolls with a Family Essentials kit, which is the top left kit, you're going to get 50 points back. It's called the 50/50 promotion. That's roughly about £40 back that you will get on your account to buy whatever you like. And I will be able to guide you with your health decisions depending on your needs, as in what would be good suggestions for you. But the Home Essentials kit on the right, you would get that 50 points back, and I would get 50 points that I would give to you. So you would actually get about £80 back on the Home Essentials kit to spend on whatever you like. And again, I can guide you and help you with this, or the person who introduced you can. And with the Family Wellness kit, you'd get the 50 points back. And if you wanted to take it to over 200 PV, which is just adding one extra product into your basket, you'd get the extra points from me as well. So you'd also get £80 back to spend on whatever you like on that kit. So this is a really, really incredible offer. If you've been thinking about getting started with the oil, starting to bring these beautiful natural solutions into your life step by step, this is the best time to get started. And these are the best kits to start with. And as I said, you're going to get so much guidance and support. One of the amazing things about doTERRA is the community that you're exposed to. People that are like-minded, like you, who are intentional about looking after themselves in a natural and healthy way, taking responsibility for their health and living the best life possible because of it, feeling their best. And these oils are the tools that we need to help us to do that. So if you're ready, you need to speak to the person that has been guiding you, that has brought you here. If it's me, let's get started. I'd be more than happy to help you and welcome you to our community. And if you wanted to order anything, what you need to do is send the information to the person who's introduced you, and we will get you set up with your kit. And then after that, you're going to get a free consultation with me over the phone, and I'm going to talk you through it all, or with the person who introduced you. We're going to get you your points back as well to spend on whatever you like. Usually the oils will take about 3 to 5 days to arrive. It's like Christmas when they arrive, I must admit. And that's how it works. So it's pretty simple, and it will change your life. So please send me your feedback, guys. Did you enjoy the class? Would you like to learn more about doTERRA oils? If so, we have a further learning series. So for anybody that gets started with our community, not only do you get a little welcome pack from us with some helpful little tips and tokens to get you started on your journey, but you also get access to a whole continued education series where we're teaching you about loads of different topics. So essential oils for cooking with, for cleaning with, essential oils for pain management, essential oils for using with your pets, essential oils for babies and children, essential oils and the emotions, essential oils and allergies, and so on and so on. So you get access to so much value with your kit. Perhaps you might like to host a class. If you've been listening to the class, what tends to happen is most people want to share the oils with the people that they care about. So if you're interested in that side of things, speak to the person that's introduced you, and we'll be able to come to you, bring everything to you, and teach the people that you care about the oils to help them. Plus, we'll be able to give you some extra gifts from us to say thank you. So some nice free oils. And for anybody who's interested in doing what I do and in joining our community of wellness warriors and providing health and healing all around the world, I'm so passionate about what I do. I'm so passionate to be able to help other people. I've seen how many people have been blessed by just picking up these bottles and giving them a try. So if that's you, if you feel like you would like to help other people, or perhaps you're looking for something else in your life, then doTERRA could be for you. It's an amazing organization. And for me personally, it's changed our lives in the respect that we now have financial security. And it's only been 2.5 years that I've been working with doTERRA. My husband's now working with me. We're together every day. We live our lives the way we want to. Time is it's on us. We make the choices, and we have way more time together with our children, which is what we wanted to. And we don't have to worry about having enough money these days to pay our bills, because doTERRA has an extremely rewarding compensation plan, so much so that we're able to really help and give back. And as I told you, Tim, my husband, is going over to Uganda this weekend to help the people out there that need us. So as an organization, it's an incredible blessing to be part of it. And as I said, I have one of the fastest growing teams in Europe. So if you are interested in just learning a little bit more about what it is that we do, and you feel drawn to it, then speak to the person that's brought you here. Because you know what? These things, you can always try them and stop. But if you don't give these things a go, how can you ever know what could lie ahead? And if you are interested in what I do, we can send you a webinar that we've recorded recently, which goes a little bit more into detail about how it all works and what an amazing opportunity it is. So that's it. I really, really hope that you enjoyed the class tonight. And I'm just going to stop the recording and say goodnight. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask away.